I just know Shawnee Mission Schools, Olathe Schools, Lawrence, they're all in it. And I really don't – personally, I don't think it's going to be anything tougher than the EKL.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of, the outside perception is that the EKL is the tougher league.
Yeah.
And looking at the teams that you guys face in the EKL, I mean, obviously it's one of the top leagues in the state. So transitioning to Sunflower League, but we got some pretty good football over there too. So
oh yeah, no doubt. There's
we'll
good
see.
football all around here.
So favorite barbecue joint in Kansas City?
I really don't go out for barbecue that much, but personally, probably Jack Stack's.
Okay, all right. And go-to item at Jack Stack?
Probably a nice slab of ribs and some cheesy corn.
There you go.
Yeah,
like
cheesy
that.
corn.
I like those beans. I like those beans myself.
Yeah. You are a finalist for the Sports in Kansas 5A Offensive Player of the Year. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We mentioned to your coach, possible snub by the Simones. Do you feel any slight there? Or, how do you feel about that?
No, I mean, there's great players all around that deserve the award too, so it doesn't really affect me.
I think Tyler's been all over it on that.
Yeah. Tyler's been tweeting a lot about that.
Yeah.
You got a state championship though, right?
Yeah.
That's better.
Say whatever.
At the end of the day, this is all that matters to me.
For sure.
That's a great answer. Any of your other teammates you want to give a shout out to here while you're on the air?
Everyone. I mean, this year was probably the most fun I've ever had playing football. Everyone bought into the process from day one last year when we started lifting, and we just had a special bond, and I knew that it was going to be a fun year, and to top it all off, it was even better getting the state championship.
That's it. Well, Cooper, we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Always nice to have a champion on here. And we wish you the best of luck, baseball and next year in football.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have you back on the show next year after
Hopefully.
you guys win another one. That'd be great. So
you gonna win one of these in baseball too?
Oh, that's my goal right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, we've been joined by Cooper Marsh, quarterback, Mill Valley High School, state championship winner this year in 5A Kansas football, coming out of the EKL. Looking to repeat next year. And we'll be right back after this.
Pay homage to basketball legends in the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame and interactive college basketball experience. The official Hall of Fame for men's collegiate coaches and players. We are the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Chavez with the Jayhawk Sports Network. And if you would like to have the same historical experience in the same arena that KU, Mizzou, K-State, the Kansas City Kings, Comets, and many other college and pro teams play at, including a Final Four, then Hy-Vee Arena, formerly Kemper Arena, is your place to host your next basketball, volleyball, wrestling, or anything that can be played on a hardwood floor. You could host your next practice, game, or tournament at Hy-Vee Arena for as little as $6 per person. That's right, $6, anybody, anytime. We have all the amenities you need, from team rooms, locker rooms, food court, and team meeting space. That's right, we are open to anyone now. So check us out at HyVeeArena.com or call 816-505-0404 today to book your historical experience.
Van life. It's been defined as the continuous, everlasting void of living in a van. And if van life is calling you, then you should check out VanDoIt.com. VanDoIt can be used as a primary vehicle with 7-passenger seating, convertible to a camper van, or anywhere in between. Go ahead, give our site and blog a gander. We assure you, it's going to make you say, you VanDoIt. 816-944-2229. Or check us out at VanDoIt.com.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Carbondale, Illinois.
From Kansas City, Missouri.
We're from Omaha, Nebraska.
Kansas City.
California.
So what made you choose Woody's over all the other dealers out there, do you think?
Definitely the price.
They have so many different vehicles on the lot.
No hassle.
No fees processed.
At WowWoodies.com.
At Klein, we rent vans, minivans, SUVs, pickup trucks.
We rent for church trips, vacations, weddings, construction, business travel, luxury travel. ClimbVan.com and WildWoodies.com for all your transportation needs.
Are these your power rankings?
I'm Gary.
This is Austin.
And we are Midwest Mics. Back at you live in the Hy-Vee Arena from the UClick TV studios. Right here on another wonderful Wednesday night. Jam-packed show tonight. Thank you to Coach Applebee and Cooper Marsh for coming down tonight. We are now joined by Brian. He is known as Toto on his show. You can find that at Sunflower Smack on Twitter. www.sunflowersmack.com is the website. So, Brian, Toto, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I saw a tweet, something about that you had a face for radio out there earlier tonight, but I disagree. I think you look good here on the show.
Wow, look at that.
We're going.
Man,
hey, how
here
about
there
that?
you go. Now he's just
these lights and all the makeup you put on me just make me look good for TV.
I forgot about that. I forgot we have the hour-long makeup session.
Yeah, I've been here like 2 hours.
So, yeah.
Our makeup girl looks pretty good too, doesn't she?
Great job. Did a great job. Yeah, right after Brian's gonna go buy a camera right after we get done here. He's like, I'll get his camera on my show.
We're going on camera. You wouldn't want to see all the papers we have everywhere,
Oh, I got
everything else.
I used to be the same way when we just did audio, and then I found this thing, Google Docs, to where I can just put in the info and he can edit it and I can edit it and
you both
we're
look
off and
smart.
running.
Yeah.
We do that with Oz on the show. We help him look smart really quite often too.
So first, let's just kind of talk about your show. We talked about it the other day, kind of how you guys got started and why you started and all those things.
Yeah, Oz and I have both been around the basketball world. We coached around here in the Kansas City area, mostly girls basketball. He's played at some higher levels, and as we really got into it, we started noticing a lot of girls that were really good players, really thinking they couldn't maybe have a chance to play at the next level. We knew a lot of the kids, great kids, and really the mainstream media, I would call it, just kind of stopped covering. Hard to find a score, hard to find a lot of that stuff. So we decided let's focus on the Sunflower League because that's where we knew most of the kids from, and we started covering. We reached out to the coaches. They thought it'd be a good idea, and really this is year 2 for us. I mean, pretty new. Again, just a couple of we both have regular jobs, if you will, but this is what we been able to help just hopefully get some names out to some coaches, help out with some recruiting things. We had a recruiting show we did this summer where we interviewed UMKC Coach Hoyt down there and Coach Meyer up at Northwest Missouri State and Coach Conrad at Johnson County and Coach missing one at MNU. And just to kind of know what it takes to be recruited and what parents should be doing and those types of things, just to try to help out. So we sit around and have lunch, and we basically put a mic in front of us while we have lunch.
Well, there you go. Fantastic. That's, similar to kind of how we got started. I'm not going to bore the people with that story again, but, just, hey, let's record this and put it out there and see what happens.
Absolutely. So hopefully we, kids we love interviewing them and keeping them going, and they like it, and the coaches seem to like it, and we're having fun doing it. So,
yeah, and you're absolutely right. There's not a lot of what they call mainstream media coverage for really high school sports, but specifically, I mean, girls basketball does not get. They're probably a little lower on that list than they should be for media outlets that do cover high school sports.
I beg to differ. We had 2 girls and 2 boys games on last night. So
we'll see. There you go.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You click on
TV. We cover
the narrative there.
I like that.
We cover all sports. Or try to.
UClick does. So that's another reason why.
Even parades.
We're kind of getting a little more involved.
I like that. Anything we could get to more coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. So. On your weekly show, what are kind of some of your topics you talk about? You preview games, things like that.
Yeah. So over the last probably month and a half, we've had a show where we've basically gone out and interviewed. We'll let the coaches just kind of pick couple of kids on the team from this year, talk to them about some of their expectations for the season, and then the coaches will visit as well, and do a little bit of that early on, and then during the season we pretty much do a kind of a recap of some of the big games during the week. We name a player of the week based upon kind of what we've seen and heard from people throughout that week, and we go out and do a special interview with them. We try to focus a little bit on some of the community service projects that some of the teams are doing, just to kind of, again, show off some of the kids and some of the programs that are out there in specifically the Sunflower League for our show. We do Spotlight. We went out and I visited with Peyton Verhulst from Bishop Miege after she had been named the MVP of the U16 tourney down in Columbia, I think, this for the United States team. Interviewed with her. So we'll visit a little bit about some of the EKL teams as well, because obviously there's good basketball over there too. But our focus is mainly on the 13 teams, about to be 14 in the Sunflower League.
Yeah. And I mean, I know I did a project with UClick this last summer, kind of going into fall with the Suburban League over in Missouri, which was 27 teams. So, I mean, kind of previewing each of them. And, I mean, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Every week that go into it, people don't realize the hours and things that, the prep work you have to do to be able to talk about each of these teams.
And also, here's my theory on football coaches. They're the busiest coach out there, but only play once a week. Trying to get a hold of football coaches is hard. I mean, they're so their regiment and their routines are just right there, and they don't like to differ from their patterns, and so you've got to really, I mean, and we should have to work around their schedules.
Yeah, and that's why we only do girls basketball.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's a lot. So do you try to get coaches in season as well, or is it just kind of you and your partner Oz?
We do some coach interviews. Sometimes if we're spotlighting a community service project or something like that, we'll get the coach to talk about that. Most of the off season spent talking to coaches a little bit. We'll hit a little bit on this year the Sunflower League has 5 new head coaches. So we spend a little time kind of get to know you type things for our listeners and just getting to know the coaches. So a little bit of that with the coaches.
Yeah. Awesome. I don't know a lot of the coaches, but obviously I know Coach Lawrence over at Shawnee Mission East.
You bet. Great lady.
She's
great coach.
Been there 5 years and doing a really good job. They've improved every year. At least from my perspective and watching them. And they're kind of a team that I think could possibly shock some people this year.
No, they had a great start last year. Finished in that 8-9 bracket game. In the regional seedings with Olathe Northwest, who ended up going on to finish 4th at state. But they really had some nice games last year. Returned quite a bit of their. They lost some good players, but really between Sarah Bingham and Reese Aldhouse and Kathleen Stanley, those 3 will be nice players for them, and you add in a new big man coach, if you will, and help out with Sydney Crane down underneath. They're going to be a formidable opponent this year for a lot of teams, and I don't know if surprise anybody will be the right word, but they'll sneak up on some people. They're in our sandwich pool of teams.
Okay,
let's call it that. That's what we've been calling it.
Okay. This is let me have from kind of what you've seen. How special is it to have a coach that played at a major D1 university, the University of Oklahoma, two part of 2 Final Four appearances.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I mean, outside of the Shawnee Mission East or Shawnee Mission area, how really high level she has played at and has won that many titles. But I think that is big. Just brings some that additional piece to you had Coach Bradford over at Olathe North last year. He kind of brought that kind of knowledge of really a high level of play. Coach Brandstrom played at KU a little bit from Olathe Northwest. As you get some of those coaches in there, and Coach Lawrence being a female coach in a female sport that she played at the highest level at, really is something that's hard to find anymore.
Well, and I heard this last night. I think it was last night. The nights start bleeding into each other, but after a game, a parent was out talking to the AD saying, well, my daughter has 3 colleges looking at her, but she can't even play on her high school team. Okay. You don't have that argument with this coach.
Yep.
She,
I mean,
you know,
and that
she's
was
played.
not at Shawnee Mission.